Welcome to the third part of the Taekwondo Sparring tutorial. Last week, we discussed K numbers and P numbers, which labeled your kick's distances and your position relative to your opponents. Today, we're going to discuss a very specific scenario where your opponent loves to race. He is a racer. So you and your opponent are in P3. So we are in P3. This is about race, and he's going to be just outside of that. And he really wants to race, so he creeps in and creeps in and creeps in to P2. This is your race distance. So if your opponent wants to race you, he is thinking two things. One, he thinks you will not move back. Two, he thinks he can kick you faster than you can counter him. So for a person who thinks that you will not move back, what do? You move back. You move back and counter with K1. Ha, bah! So when you move back, there are some important things to consider. So we are in P2. You move back and counter with K1. Some of you guys might be thinking, hey, why not counter with K2? You guys were in P2, use K2. No, because we are in P2, but I'm not covering a whole P number. I am just evading the kick just enough to dodge the kick. If I move back too far back, he's ready to exchange now. And also, this is more distance that I have to recover. So when you are dodging the kick, make sure you slide back only far enough to dodge the kick barely. He could even make contact as long as it's not your chest. So I slide back and counter with K1. And after you counter, you either clinch or clear out. So you slide back, ah, bah! Or, ah, bah! The good thing about having grouped all these kicks into K numbers is that we can pretty much plug in any kicks into these situations. So we're going to discuss some other scenarios that are in the same distance but using different kicks. Bah! 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 Homework time. So grab a partner to hold a shield for you, and we're going to go ahead and practice countering an opponent that likes to race. So choose any kind of kicks in race distance. Your opponent is going to try to tag you, close side, front side, whatever, and your job is to barely dodge the kick and hit the shield. Hey! Bah! Hey! Bah! If you were to take away one thing from today's episode, this would be it. This movement is so important for you to not get hit and counter at the right time. In later episodes, we're going to have a guest speaker. My strength and conditioning coach, Scott Fuji, is going to cover fundamentals of movement so that you can correctly move back and be ready to counter at all times. I am sure you have noticed these obnoxious t-shirts with my face on it. If you want one of these, go ahead and click in the link in the description box. And it's really important that I hear your feedback. So if you have any questions, message me, comment, call me on my phone, send me a page, beeper, note in a bottle and send it in the ocean. I don't care. Ask me questions, because if I don't get your feedback, I can't tell if I'm going too slow or too fast. This way, I can cater the tutorials for you. And if you want to go to the next episode, click right over here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click right over there. And as always, thank you for watching The Yoon Show.